Hi, Kleeneze. We just want to share a little bit of very exciting news with you. We had a team activity day today and we noticed the Kleeneze sign just by chance. So we blagged our way in and we obviously know that they're really busy. We do understand that some distributors in the network are wanting a bit of reassurance right now, wanting to see a bit of evidence that we have a warehouse and that we have stock. And we thought, well, this will be an ideal opportunity for us to see it ourselves, ask some questions, take some pictures, some videos, and Kleeneze. Look what we've discovered after we turned up to the warehouse, really not knowing what to expect ourselves.
We couldn't believe our eyes.
Yeah. There's Michael in the empty warehouse.
We've got no stock.
Actually, sorry, that's Chris's joke. Not likely. Absolutely lots of stock. In fact, tons of stock. Just incredible, actually. First of all, we met Brian Parker, warehouse manager, and Tom Roshan. For myself, I just instantly felt totally reassured. They absolutely know what they're doing. They know things aren't right at the moment, but they have got plans and they are working to get things resolved. And it was great, listening to them. Brian has been himself in 15 years as warehouse manager. And I know Chris and Claire had a great chat to Tom Roshan.
Yeah, good. Yeah, really enjoyed today and meeting them all. And Tom Roshan's a lovely guy. He's really down to earth and he knows what he's talking about as regards, the warehouse and finding out solutions. And he was very honest with us and he sat and went through a lot. I wasn't expecting them to be so hospitable, to be honest.
Very welcoming.
Yeah.
Very welcoming.
So then we get to meet the staff and hear all about the staff. It's absolutely fascinating, really, because a majority of the staff are actually been unemployed for a long time, and it was part of the project to take on unemployed staff, which is one of the reasons that we got the grant. What we have to remember is this is a brand new warehouse with all new staff. So, they're getting to know one another. They're building their team synergy, just like we do within our teams. And, they're really starting to find their leaders now. It was really interesting to hear some of the great success stories. What was that name of that lady again, Claire?
Oh, was it Aggie? I thought, a lot of the stories were lovely to hear because obviously, like, you said yourself, Helen, Kleeneze is not just changing lives in the network in their warehouse as well. In this lady, she was a cleaner, and they said that her work ethic was that good. They were reluctant to move her up, but she really wanted to get stuck in and help with the picking. And I tried to video her. I couldn't keep up with this woman running around collecting all the products and picking them and packing them up. And they were just, and the way they're coming in at the ground floor and then they're working their way up. Like, was it Dan? What was it about Dan? Has he moved up now to like an IT?
But he was humble.
I think they said about Dan, he was pretty much homeless, wasn't he? And he come in, they weren't sure what to expect from him, but he's impressed them so much, potentially. We don't want to know if Dan's listening, but there might be a massive future for him, in the business, promotions and things. So lovely hearing all that, that success story. So the company, playing the part in the local community, bringing people in, giving them jobs and stuff, and these guys are, they're doing a brilliant job. Couldn't believe how many staff. It was like crazy, people everywhere. It was incredible.
Yeah, and it's just like people from all walks of life, and it's just lovely. They've not prejudged anybody. People are getting qualifications, and I just think it's absolutely amazing how this business does change lives. Even to see it in the warehouse was just amazing today. So, my first impression was, wow. The size of the warehouse, it is massive. I don't know, what's it the size of how many football pitches?
I don't know, but I was shocked. I wasn't sure what to expect really, but when I went in there, I just could not believe it was huge. realise, I know we have a lot of stock, but when you see it all lay, you think, oh my goodness, it was just, you know, line after line after line. You know, I think they said it was about 9 meters high, was it, Chris?
Yeah, and the rest of it was about 9-10 meters high. But these pictures just they don't do it justice. They don't. It was so big. It was a proper eye opener for all of us, I think.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like split into 2 sections, wasn't it, as well? So, but we're going to look at that, aren't we?
The amount of stock they had in there was unbelievable. They're doing an amazing job to be doing what they've done. When they said that in April it was a completely empty shelf and everything is being done manually, you know, like them saying things like when things were arriving, everything was just written on pieces of paper. They didn't have any computer systems, any Wi-Fi systems, anything to, you know, get this going faster than obviously what we were used to at Thinned Out. So it's amazing what these people are doing with the amount of stock they've got. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I think, you know, it was really, really interesting actually, because one of the things that they showed us, and for me, it's always really important to understand what goes on, because when we get frustrated with things, we should always get fascinated. And one of the things that Andy Buxton always says, you know, don't get frustrated, get fascinated. And this has absolutely fascinated me today, seeing the whole end-to-end process of what's involved in the warehouse. So we're just going to run through a couple of those bits with you, hopefully to help you understand. You know, it all starts really with those staff making up the boxes that are ready for our orders to go into.
So there's a team of 2 people permanently who are making up boxes. So they're all flat packed, and you know the guys come to with a list of stuff, and they determine what size box they need basically for the stuff.
And then there's an office where all of the orders are being produced, and the pickers go to that office. They're collecting their orders, and it's all scanned. So they've got a handheld device, everything's barcoded now. So, you know, they're starting to get all that automation in process. And then they go with that, and then they start picking the items for each order.
How many pickers did they say? I can't remember. What did they say?
35.
Yeah.
35 pickers, and it was just like mayhem, weren't it? They were running back into to get the next lot.
The next one.
You know, well, the next order basically.
Yeah, I mean, we had a really good look at what that order looks like to a picker, so that we can understand. You know, they're given a list of products. They have to go find them in each bay. They've got little trolleys, and you know they go around and collect the items and put it into a box. We've got a few videos that we're going to share later on that sort of explains a little bit more about that, and certainly with the thing at the moment with the credit advices and stuff that we're getting. So we're going to show a little video later on with regards to that. But you know, it was great to see the picker leaderboard, wasn't it, Claire? That you know, that board up there, the whole Kleeneze philosophy of achieving goals and success and sort of, you know, setting targets.
That was really good to see, because it's not just like they do care, and they do want to pick lots of odds, and the fact that they're all competing to see who can pack the most and everything, I just think it's really good. Good for them to keep going.
Great team synergy, wasn't it, really, with everybody.
And just looking at the picture there, so whoever's at number 25 there is winning with 40 orders picked at that time of the day.
Yeah,
which is brilliant.
I can't remember how many orders did he say they're picking at the moment.
He said
a thousand a day.
1,000 are going out, yeah.
1,000 a day, which is just incredible. So the picker then goes on the ground floor and they pick their orders. So this is the lady, this is Aggie. Claire, you were trying to chase around to video of what
she was working fast for me. Couldn't keep up with her and running back into the product.
So basically the scanning, where you can see the orange sort of like frame thing there, they scan to say they're getting something from that bay, then they scan the product, so it reduces the stock what's in that, so they know there's one less item, and they put it in the red box there and move along to the next bay. But the handheld device as well, it tells them not only what they need to pick next, but actually where it's located as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really clever, really clever. And you know, at the moment there are 2,200 live products in the picking bays. So, you know, it's massive lines. And, you know, one of the biggest jobs that they've got at the moment is getting those picking bays replenished daily, using the forklift trucks to get the stuff from the top to the bottom.
So one of the issues, I guess, what they've got at the minute and they're working on is, because they've got all these different picking bays and because they've got all these different live products, some of the products are in the wrong bays. And what I mean by that is the bay is not quite big enough for that particular product. So they may only have a room for maybe 5 or 10 items in that picking bay. But of course, we're demanding maybe 15 or 20 of them items. So that's sometimes where we're not getting the products in our delivery boxes, because the stock is in the warehouse, but it's on the top shelf, what might be 9 meters high. And also, at the minute, it might not be above where the product is. It might be located elsewhere in the warehouse. So that is one of the fixes, what they want to get right. So to get the right products in the right size bays, and then the bulk stock above it, you know, on the same thing. So that's something they're working really hard on, and they're not far away. But, you know, again, it was fascinating to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing, you know, that one warehouse is where everything gets picked. So they've always got 2 warehouses. They've got the picking warehouse, and then they have the bulk warehouse. So it's really good for us to see today that there was new stock arriving. I think they have twice daily deliveries, and all of that stuff goes into the bulk warehouse, which is then ready to replenish the picking bays and replenish the storage of products that are there. So, you know, the amount of products and stock that we've got, guys, is just enormous. And it was just great to see all of that new stuff coming in today, being brought in off the forklift trucks.
It was good to see as well, like when Brian explained when they were moving from Findell, and obviously they had to move quicker than they expected, and they were getting like tons and tons of wagons turning up with all the orders on, and they didn't even have anywhere for them to go. And they were saying, like, if it rained, they were just stuck because they were having to like have it outside and sort it out outside. There wasn't physically enough room for them all coming in, and it's like they've had to deal with all this stuff. And I just think it's amazing what they've done when they've been going through all this. I don't know how they've coped.
No.
It's
And
just amazing.
only that, they've had to still, you know, fulfill orders for us and things, and that's all the problems when you say. When we say these 2 warehouses, it's just one warehouse, but sort of like 2 rooms. I mean, they're joined in this, the corridor on this picture. That's both warehouses, but they're sort of like separated, and like I say, they're just ginormous.
I think one of the things for me as well is what they've had to deal with EGL sending the way that product, the way they've been sending those pallets. You know, initially things were coming across all labelled, and they showed us examples of this, how it was coming in labelled and barcoded and everything, and yet then when, you know, when we did have this case where we went to court and things weren't working so well, and then all of a sudden they were shipping 6 lorry loads full of pallets, and the way that it's come into the warehouse, I mean, it was just ridiculous to see how everything's been mixed up in the boxes. There's no barcodes on anything. It's just people manually having to go through all of that stock and to put it into the right bays, which is, you know, we know it's there, we know it's in the warehouse, but it's just taking that time, that manpower to get it all in the right place for us. So, and on top of all that, you know, we've had 600 new lines come in when we got our new catalogues, when we got our Christmas and our next K-Life. And so, you know, look here, we've got makeshift picking boxes. All these products, guys, are here. And this was what was so fascinating to see, that we know the stuff's there. You know, we know when our orders go in. We know we're having a few difficulties at the moment, but, you know, they're getting this organised. This is all so that they can go find those products with ease. And, you know, they're doing this overnight. They're sorting things with us. So, you know, it's absolutely fantastic to see. This is once things have been packed and sorted into the boxes, then the boxes then go onto the pallets. You know, what's quite fascinating is it's all sorted to the north of the country, the south of the country, Ireland and Spain. So each pallet is going into, there's 2 big lorries from Parcel Force that's going in. One's for the south, one's for the north, and again you'll see some of this on the video. Explains a little bit more. Claire, do you want to talk about this, because I know this really fascinated you?
Yeah, the amount of catalogues and things. I mean,
Yeah.
they were everywhere, wasn't they? You know, we can't. I know there's been some issues with people waiting on catalogues and stuff. You know, I'm still waiting on some catalogues myself, but they're there. You know, a lot of it is to do with the IT. Something that we picked up on was, you know, sometimes the IT's there, but the computer's saying it's not, which means the person then can't pick it because on their order form it's not there, and they have to go with what's on the order form. But there's catalogues everywhere. There was tons, all the kits ready. They even had a lady from HQ, one of the, was she like what was she, like an analyst for the catalogues?
I think she was to
She
do
was
with
production, more of designing the catalogues. I didn't really get a chance to speak to her. But
yeah, but she wants to make sure these catalogues are out in time, and she stood on the production line in a high vis, packing up boxes of catalogues. You know, making sure that they're going through. It is all hands on deck. Everyone is doing what they can, because you can see that everyone, down to all the world people, are really passionate about this business and passionate about getting it sorted and quick, which was just amazing to see. And I just couldn't believe I was dying to grab some of them personalised catalogues that I'm waiting for.
and we did let them know, guys, that there's an army of Kleeneze distributors, a volunteer army, you know, ready and waiting. If they do need us, we're sort of like, we're there, because we know there's thousands of us out there who are more than ready, you know, if they need us. But they are doing an awesome job.
Yeah. I think the other thing, you know, they're dealing with all of the returns processes as well, and, you know, quite fascinating, 100% up to date on all of the returns that's come in, you know, over the last few weeks. Again, explaining exactly the process. There's specific staff working on returns, and they sort it so that there's good stock that's good to go back on the shelves. There's stuff that's maybe it's leaked, and that will get, you know, unfortunately that will go in the bin, and that'll, you know, go to waste. But you know, they're doing a great job there at getting the stock that is there back into the system for us as well. So, you know, that was again a great thing to see.
It was fascinating to hear the stories of the stock that's gone back. Mobile phones and car keys and everything in the return box. I just thought it was funny.
Tin openers with the cans on.
Yeah, tin opener with the cans still attached.
What was that?
The can opener with the tins.
Tin opener with the can on.
The can still attached to it.
There was plenty of Dunlop sandals, wasn't there?
Oh yeah.
All of that issue, we know that.
Full box of Adidas trainers.
Yeah, random things. So they've had all sorts of strange things returned. So it was quite amusing and fascinating.
Oh, so guys, I kind of really hope that this is all the evidence that you need. You know, I talk about this all the time, that, you know, our beliefs are based on the evidence, and, you know, for me, I need to see things with my own eyes. Well, what I've seen today, do you know what? We have never been in a better place with this business. I know we're not where we need to be right now, but I know for sure that we're going to get there. Kleeneze Warehouse is going to give us so much. There's so much that's been said today that, you know, excites me so much more than I've ever been excited about this business as I am right now.
Definitely, without a doubt.
And I think what we all need to consider is that, you know, okay, things haven't maybe been going as fast as we want to, but we're on our way to that finishing line, and it's going to start speeding up. You know, we're going to get there far quicker. They absolutely know what they need to do, and I have absolutely every faith in every person in that warehouse. I think they're doing an absolutely amazing job. Yeah. And thank you to every one of them, and obviously everybody at HQ. I'm getting emotional. You can
Nothing more to say really, but I mean, Claire did some video in, so we've got so about 25 minutes worth of video, so you watch as much or as little as you want to do. But you'll be able to watch that now just after this. So I hope it's helped you guys, give you a bit more insight and stuff, and like I said, a bit more reassurance. But, you know, we've got an amazing opportunity, guys, so we just need to real focus, grab it, and make this Christmas period now the best you've ever had.
Do you want to add anything else, guys?
Just for everyone to stick with your belief, you know. I know that there's some people out there saying that we haven't got stock and, you know, all this. And we've proved today that we have. We've proved today that, you know, it's all rubbish. What Michael's saying is 100% true. Everyone is behind Michael 100%. We know that. And we just need, this today is kind of reconfirmed for us that there's nothing wrong with Kleeneze right now. There's just a few technical issues that we have total faith that are getting fixed. We've seen that today. We've seen so much that they're putting all the time in it. I mean, Tom Rosham is not allowed home until he's fixed it, and he wants to go home soon. So we know that this is all getting fixed. We've got every faith in Kleeneze, and I'm so pleased that we went there today. I'm so pleased that we just randomly went flying in around the Kleeneze warehouse. And we've seen what we needed to see. Hopefully we can get all that belief in everybody again and just show them now that we've got a great opportunity. So we're just going to run with it. It's down to us. It's down to the network to keep this going now.
Yeah.
The time is now, guys.
Take care, everybody.
See you soon.
Bye.